2024, Friday at DPWH Camarines Sur 5th District Engineering Office, Santa Teresita, Bao, Camsor, scheduled for the pre-bid conference for goods with contract ID number 24 GFN IGF 004. Let us all stand for a short prayer.
Wisdom and grace, use our talents for the betterment of others. May the various activities relating to this day be a success through your intervention. With gratitude, we offer this prayer working.
Let us first see the members here. The back members, yours truly, Engineer Nida Pontillas. We have also Engineer Antonio Mendez, the Vice Chairman. The members are the following: Engineer Ares Hermoso, Engineer Arman Ibarrita, Mrs. Maria Corazon Roca, Engineer Irene Parco, and the NGOs represented by Engineer Rijan Rimoroso. We have also our technical working group headed by Engineer Philip Salvadora. The members are Ms. Jasmine Erika Haco, Engineer Diana Rose Gonzalez, Engineer Mark Anthony Bayos, Engineer Joanna Manaog, Engineer Rijan Rimoroso, Engineer Siren Canyizo, and Engineer Christine Piñon. For the back secretariat, we have Engineer Reynaldo Manaog as the head. The members are the following: Engineer Elizabeth Olieres, Architect Maria Cleta Copi, Engineer Sheila Marie Bisenyo, Engineer Christine Matubis, Engineer Florian Herno, and Mrs. Dolores Casiao. We call to order at exactly 10:05 in the morning, and since the members of the back TWG and the back secretariat are all present, we may now start with the pre-bid conference.
Good morning. The following are the contract data of contract ID 24 GFN 0004. The contract name is Procurement of Petroleum, Oil, and Lubricant for use in the service vehicles and equipment assigned in this office. DPWH Camarines Sur 5th District Engineering Office, Santa Teresita, Bao, Camarines Sur, under purchase request number 2402008, dated February 22, 2024. The location is Santa Teresita, Bao, Camarines Sur. The approved budget for the contract is 2,360,600 pesos flat, and the contract duration is 90 working days. The cost of bidding documents is 5,000 pesos. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass-fail criterion as specified in the 2016 revised IRR of Republic Act number 9184. Bidding is restricted to Filipino citizens, sole proprietorships, partnerships, or organization with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to citizens of the Philippines, and to citizens or organization of a country, the laws or regulations of which grant similar rights or privileges to Filipino citizens pursuant to RA number 5183. Prospective bidders may obtain further information from Department of Public Works and Highways, Camarines Sur, 5th District Engineering Office, and inspect the bidding documents at the address stated during working weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Bids must be duly received by the Back Secretariat through manual submission at the office address stated on or before 10 o'clock a.m. of March 21, 2024. Late bids shall not be accepted. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in ITB Clause 14. Bid opening shall be on March 21, 2024 at 10:30 a.m. at the given address. Bids will be opened in the presence of the bidders' representatives who choose to attend the activity. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Philip. For the other requirements, we call on Engineer Beth Olivares.
For documents to be submitted by the bidders, we have the financial checklist, letter A, original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, letter B, original of duly signed and accomplished price schedule, other documentary requirements under Republic Act number 9184 as applicable. Letter C, for foreign bidders claiming by reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos, certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in government procurement activities for the same item of product. Letter D, certification from the DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder or domestic entity. Another requirement, bid securing declaration requirements. We have number 1, bids received in excess of the ABC shall be automatically rejected and declared failed. Number 2, bids will be valid until 120 calendar days from the date of opening of bids. Number 3, the bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. Number 4, the bid security shall be valid until 120 calendar days.
Thank you, Engineer Beth Olivares. We may call on Engineer Cyrene Camarines Sur for additional requirements.
For the eligibility requirements, prospective bidders must have completed a single largest completed contract that is similar to the contract to be bid, and whose value adjusted to current prices along the Philippine Statistics Authority consumer price indices must be at least 50% of the approved budget for the contract to be bid and comply the required major categories of works pursuant to DEO number 117 series of 2017. Eligible bidders, number 1, only bids of bidders found to be legally, technically, and financially capable will be evaluated. Then, foreign ownership limited to those allowed under the rules may participate in this project. Number 3, pursuant to Section 23.4.1.3 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184, the bidder shall have an SLCC that is at least one contract similar to the project, the value of which, adjusted to current prices using the PSA CPI, must be at least 50% of the ABC stated in the BDS. For the procurement of expandable supplies, the bidder must have completed a single contract that is similar to this project, equivalent to at least 25% of the ABC. The bidder shall comply with the eligibility criteria under Section 23.4.2 of the 2016 IRR of RA 9124.
Thank you very much, Engineer. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Engineer Siren. We come now to other topics discussed by Engineer Primoroso. Miss Cleta Clopi to discuss the technical eligibility. Thank you.
Hello po. For technical checklist, A. Valid field jobs registration certificate, platinum membership, or registration certificate from Securities and Exchange Commission, Department of Trade and Industry for sole proprietorship or cooperative development for cooperatives or its equivalent document. And mayor's business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zones or areas. And tax clearance per EO number 398 series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. E. Statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. And statement of the bidder's single's largest completed contract, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided for in sections 23.4.1.3 and 23.4.2.4 of the 2016 revised IRR or RA number 9184 within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents. And original copy of bid security, if in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission, or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration and conformity with the technical specification, which may include production, delivery schedule, manpower requirements, and or after sales parts if applicable. And original duly signed omnibus sworn statement, and if applicable, original notarized secretary's certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. Next, the supplier's audited financial statement showing, among others, the supplier's total and current assets and liabilities stamped received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institution for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. And the prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, or a committed line of credit from the Universal or Commercial Bank in lieu of its NFCC computation, Class B documents. Lastly, if applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement, or GVA, in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide the provisions of the GVA in the instance that the bid is successful.
Thank you. Architect Leta, now we proceed to the additional requirements of bid data sheet to be discussed by Engineer Diana Gonzalez.
For additional requirements of bid data sheet, number 1, the bidder shall submit one original and one copy of the first technical and second financial component of each bid. Number 2, all pages must be numbered paginated consecutively in the top hand right margin, each page signed by the bidder below page number and the total number of which must be indicated in the covering page and signed by the duly authorized representative. All sets of documents, financial and technical envelopes must be properly book-bounded pursuant to DPWH DEO number 90 series of 2002. Number 3, use checklist of the technical and financial envelope hereto attached in Section 9 bidding forms and shall be included at the first page of the book bounding in each envelope with ear tabbing label for each checklist.
For number 4, three-strike policy in the procurement of contracts for infrastructure works, goods, and consulting services shall be imposed pursuant to DEO number 35 series of 2008, as amended by DEO number 28 series of 2024. Bidders are reminded on different offenses and penalties provided for in the revised IRR for RA 9184 and on provision governing the imposition of administrative sanction for contractors who tend to defeat the purpose of competitive bidding, such as habitually withdrawing from bidding, submitting late of bids, apparently insufficient bid for at least 3 times within a year, except for valid reasons pursuant to DO number 28 series of 2024. For number 5, the DPWH Camarines Sur 5th District Engineering Office of Catresita, Bao, Camarines Sur reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a favor bidding, or not award to contract without incurring any liability or obligation to the affected bidders in accordance with the provisions of Section 41 of 2006 revised IRR of RA 9184.
Thank you, Engineer Redjan. Now let's proceed to the opening and preliminary examination of bids to be discussed by Engineer Cañeso.
For opening and preliminary examination of bids, the BAC shall open the bids in public at the time, on the date and at the place specified in paragraph 9 of the 1B. The bidders' representatives who are present shall sign a register evidencing their attendance. In case video conferencing, webcasting, or other similar technologies will be used, attendance or participants shall likewise be recorded by the BAC Secretariat. Next, in case the bids cannot be opened as scheduled due to justifiable reasons, the rescheduling requirements under Section 29 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184 shall prevail. Then lastly, the preliminary examination of bids shall be governed by Section 30 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184.
Thank you, Engineer Siren. Now let's proceed to detailed evaluation and comparison of bids to be discussed by Engineer Philip Salvadora.
The procuring entities BAC shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids rated pass using non-discretionary pass-fail criteria. The BAC shall consider the condition and the evaluation of bids under Section 32.2 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. If the project allows partial bids, bidders may submit a proposal on any of the lots of 4 items, and the evaluation will be undertaken on a per lot or item basis, as the case may be. In this case, the bid security, as required by the ITB Clause 14, shall be submitted for each lot or item separately. The description of the lots or items shall be indicated in Section 7, Technical Specification, although the ABCs of these lots or items are indicated in the BDS for purposes of the NFCC computation pursuant to Section 23. .4.2.6 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184. The NFCC must be sufficient for the total of the ABCs for all the lots or items participated in by the prospective bidder. The project shall be awarded as follows: one project having several items that shall be awarded as one contract, except for bidders submitting a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank in lieu of its NFCC computation. All bids must include the NFCC computation pursuant to Section 23 that 4.1.4 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184, which must be sufficient for the total of the APCs for all the lots or items participated in by the prospective bidder. For bidders submitting the committed line of credit, it must be at least equal to 10% of the ABCs for all the lots or items participated in by the prospective bidder. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Philip. Now, let's proceed to the post-qualification and signing up the contract to be discussed by Engineer Regent Remoroso.
For post-qualification, within a non-extendable period of 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice from the BAC that it submitted the lowest calculated bid, include if framework agreement will be used, or in the case of multi-year framework agreement, that it is one of the eligible bidders to have submitted bids that are found to be technically and financially compliant. The bidder shall submit its latest income and business tax returns filed and paid through the BIR electronic filing and payment system and other appropriate licenses and permit required by law and stated in the BDS. For signing of contract, the document required in section 27.2 of the 2006 revised IRR of RA 9184 shall form part of contract. Additional contract document are indicated in the BDS.
Thank you, Engineer Regent. May I ask the members of the BAC, the TWG and Secretariat, if there is any suggestions, comments regarding this pre-bid conference? There being none, this pre-bid conference is adjourned at exactly 10:25 in the morning. And thank you for the participation of everyone. Have a happy weekend. Thank you.